everybody? We are back. It is Safe to Unlodge favorites, podcast favorites, channel favorites, everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the March on NFL for me, at Glen Rockney for Glenn, and at mholder95 for Matt. I almost said Glenn Holder there. And of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off, and then also the links for support homage. Get your Tecmo Super Bowl shirt, Bo Jackson, and they would definitely would have gave Bo Jackson the ball more back in '89. So definitely go get some retro where they would have ran the ball when they're supposed to, and then also and then get your hoodie jersey because you're gonna need it because it's gonna be cold. If they keep playing like this on offense. All right, so the Raiders lose 20-9. Right. And it was just a pretty ugly game from Gino Smith. We want to keep it real. I already see people like blame the offensive line and get into that. But I mean, Genty didn't look that bad running the ball today. He was 11-43. It was just bad. It really was just bad quarterback play for the most part on offense. It just would have felt like, even with like some of the things that was happening with the offensive line. We'll get into that, but man, it was just ugly. It was just ugly all day.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was watching like last year's team play all over again. I felt like it was Groundhog Day. Like we talked about this last season. Like where Gardner Minshew would just turn the ball over on the wrong side of the 50, and like the defense would be backed up, not even give up a first down or give up like one first down, and they end up giving up a score. I mean, what happened first play of the game? Excuse me. Gino throws a pick. Defense gets a 3-and-out that gives up a field goal. Like if you would have told me yesterday that the defense basically just gave up 17 points, I'd say the Raiders probably won that game.
Yeah.
And then I mean defensively, it felt like they're just getting killed by the soft zones all day. Chargers were just sitting in the holes all day, and I don't know how many missed tackles they had, but I know it wasn't as bad as last year, but it felt like a little bit going back. It just felt like a big regression from the team overall. Both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Your thoughts, man?
Oh, I got thoughts. I see people, what I find really funny about these losses is everybody immediately, like, it's quite clear why they lost this game. And everyone goes, what's up with Max Crosby? Like, where's our pass rush? Where's all of this? No, they lost the game because the quarterback sucked. That's why they lost the game. Kelly sucked too. Those two guys sucked and they lost the game. Football, yes, this is a film channel. Marcus is going to say what the slot corner did on this play. He's going to do this. This is a reaction. Everybody can watch that game and say those two guys were terrible. Chip Kelly had a game plan that was completely reversed. He came out and he's like, let's light these guys on fire after doing zero to set it up. Nothing to set up. Let's run the exact same play that we ran against the Patriots, which starts with an interception. The defense gave up 20 points tonight. I'm only putting 17 on them. The first pick put them in field goal range. And then you see, Gino was just horrible. I mean, he was just horrible the whole game. Marcus will look and see how many layups were there that he didn't take. Maybe it was a generational game from the Chargers defense and coverage. I tend to think not. Particularly, I think the stuff to Thornton feels very forced. Like it feels like this Make-A-Wish thing that they're trying right now. Like, let's get a touchdown that'll save the season if we get Thornton that big play. Despite getting him a huge play early in the game that I thought was really nice, or just a nice gain, it feels like he can do other things besides that. The running back by committee, when I thought they give Genty zero. This is a guy who comes from Boise State with 250 carries, 300 carries a year, and they're just phasing him in for some reason. He gets a 10-yard gain, and we rip him off the field for Zamir White. Dylan Laube gets a nice catch. We don't see him for the rest of the game. Zamir White all day. He's the guy.
Yeah.
In my stomach. I'm sick. Guess what? Positive lining. We're a quarterback away.
I mean, they look good. Okay, so I'll say this. If you watch my membership video, like I did it like in secret, but like I was really frustrated with Gino Smith even last week, right? Yeah. And I know people are going to be like, the offensive line and things, but like to me, even with you can talk about how Chip Kelly called this game, I know there's a completion somewhere, right? And I feel like this game, what we saw was all like the bad Gino stuff, which is like, just locks onto something pre-snap, just like the throw to Myers at the end of the game. Like Brock Bowers is about to come wide open if he just doesn't lock onto Myers. And Tucker was actually open too if he threw it like back shoulder to Tucker. Like, but he was like, okay, I see I got cover 2 here. I'm going to Myers, like no matter what. And I think we saw a lot of that today, and the no matter what wasn't open. So you got to go to the second option. Like I know there's a completion. I mean, like even you watched it last week. There's like somebody was open, right? And sometimes he would pick the wrong guy that was open, but it would get completed last week. So this week, like I even called it out. I was like, if he does that and he's missing some of these things that are open, or he's like reacting to pressure too early, that's against a good team. That's not work, right? That's what we saw this today. That's what I saw.
From what I'm putting together, he's playing like a young quarterback, and he's 35 years old.
Yeah.
Or 34 years old, however old he is. Like that's the frustrating. Like he's walking into his read, he's like everything is like pre-snap, and like if the picture changes on him, he's just screwed. I mean, Glenn brought it up, like he just throws it up to Dante Thornton, and I felt like, I mean, you talked about it last week. I felt like he did that last week. He just got away with it too.
Yeah.
But like I remember in training camp, like Thornton was saying, like, oh yeah, Gino just told me, like, you know, he's got I have his trust, and if I'm 1-on-1, he's just gonna throw it up to me. Stop fucking doing that.
Yeah.
Not to the goddamn rookie. Like I understand he runs a 4.3, but guess what? He's not a polished receiver right now. Like, and that's the frustrating thing. Like you said, like he just decides where he wants to go pre-snap, and then if that's not open, then he doesn't see the check down. Because I think I mean, we'll see the all 22 that obviously give us more ideas, but like it felt like there were a few times where like we can see the check down on the broadcast and it looked like that was open. Like the one, I forget what exactly the situation was, but it was like late in the game. I think it was one where he scrambled or whatever. It might have been where he threw a pick, but it was like a third down. And it looked like to me, like if he had a window open, if he just hit like the slant or the shallow crosser for the first down, and he tried to make a big play and just try to force it down the field. And I think they showed the stat, like I don't think he completed a single pass over 10 yards in the air.
Yeah,
and he was trying. It wasn't like he was just dinking dunking. He was trying to push those balls down the field. But
that's my thing. But that's my point. Like, okay, you got to see that early on, and you got to know this defense you're playing, man. Like,
right.
He's not going to give you anything deep against his defense. So I know just how Chip Kelly's offense is. Like, I mean, Sam Bradford had like a 70% completion percentage. Like, you know, everybody does. So if everybody has 70% completion percentage in his offense, that means there's a completion somewhere. And I think they just got a little bit too of the explosive play stuff, and Gino like locking onto something and then it not being there, and him just like waiting for it to be there. And we kind of saw that on the Brock Bowers interception last week, and I thought he should have hit Tucker on that one, and he got locked on it. So it's just, you know, they got to work that out, and he's got to get rid of the ball quicker. But you know, I guess we could talk about some of the other things here too.
Yeah. Well, also, if you're gonna do the Thornton thing, Thornton's gonna have to learn how to draw a pass interference. Jump into the corner. Like literally, it's every receiver knows how to. And I'm gonna be nice to him because he's young and he's learning and all of that stuff. So, but if we're gonna do this, all you have to do is jump. Literally, it's James Harden, right? Like all of the, like, you know, Mike Wallace used to make
Lean into it.
Just jump in. Call Sweet James injury attorney. You know what I mean? Like you got to really, really go out. Like it felt like Thornton was trying to avoid contact on those plays. Which, you know, again, does Gino even convert the touchdown after that? I have no idea. That's the sad part. You know, I just see a lot of people in the comments right now and on Twitter and everything. They want to make this about some big systemic Raiders issue. I felt okay about the roster tonight. I know that I think they're playing a little bit better than they are constructed, and I think they're going to get better because they have a bunch of rookies. They're young. They're a young team, and we know time's going to tell. Time's going to go with that. The 35-year-old quarterback sucked. Like, he was bad. And as somebody who's turning 35 the same week as him, sometimes we have bad days, and we stink. Like I did the other day. But guess what, man? Like, that was awful. I mean, it just felt like when he threw that first. If that first ball was completed to Trey Tucker on the RPO, I bet you Gino has a good night. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt like right after that pick, it was like, oh no, we're terrible. And I see Charger fans celebrating in here. Like, this sucks, dude. I had to listen to Dan Orlovsky do like some ungodly.
They actually did pretty well against them, to be honest. So let's be real. Like, the talent they have, you got Kyle Blue Kelly outside,
right?
You got Eric Stokes outside, and you kind of controlled them a little bit,
yeah.
Like. And I thought the pass rush was okay today. Like it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
It literally was just kind of like one. Okay, let's talk about this too. Sorry, Matt, you haven't said too much. I don't know, but
You're good.
I'm a little frustrated here too. The Zamir White shit. We got to talk about this. Like, what is that about?
Makes me sick.
Give us your thoughts, guys. On Zamir White,
Go ahead.
a great 9-yard run from Genty. We're like, yeah, okay, Genty, let's go. And then it's Zamir White.
I'm just gonna sit here and say I told you so.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, y'all heard me talk about it. I didn't want Zamir White to make this team. I wanted them to keep Zamir McCormick. They wanted to keep Zamir around for some reason, and again, he was like the momentum killer tonight. Like, that's what he was. He was the big stopper for the offense, part of it at least.
And they're doing the play action with Zamir in the game. I'm like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. We don't care. Like, when you have Aston Genty, that's when you do the play action because they care when he gets the ball. Like, you could tell like Genty was like getting in the mode where like those guys didn't want to really tackle him that much, and it was just more like if it just kept giving him the ball, like he started wearing down. But they would give him the ball. He had a good ass run, and then we had Zamir White in for 2 plays, and I'm like, yo. I don't know. Like, it was just frustrating to watch with some of this offensive stuff like that was happening.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just like, people have all these problems with like, it's Chip. I think Chip Kelly's he needs to shave off about 10 IQ points because he's so big brained about everything. It just sometimes, man, like it's okay if a Genty yard run doesn't gain any yards and you just hand it to him again. Like, so I have a feeling that can work from time to time. Still not a screen to Genty. I feel like it hasn't happened yet. I would love to see that happen once. Just if people keep saying the O-line, I didn't think the O-line was that bad in pass protection for throwing the ball 42 times.
Yeah, Meredith's snaps were awful though.
Their run blocking was not. I'm not going to sit here and say the run blocking was great or anything. I'm not saying they can't get any better, but they played. I think like 50 guys played well enough to win tonight, in my opinion. Like, just well enough to win. Is it perfect? No. But I thought the defense gave up 3 points in the second half. 3 points. And that was on to be honest, I don't know why the Chargers didn't go for that 4th down when they were at the goal line. That was a gift. They gave them gifts all night gifts. Jermaine Pratt drops its interception. I'm not going to hate that hard on the defense, but like they needed Jermaine Pratt to get a pick 6 there. It would have been the only touchdown of the game.
I know. Yeah.
And it was it felt so classic Raiders, but also I felt like they kind of didn't fold ever except for Gino. Like everybody was ready for the dropped interception and then huge touchdown. Yeah. Everybody was ready for that, and it didn't happen. It was just Gino sucking, and then Chip Kelly just getting way too cute with everything.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
No, I mean you nailed it. I think like the Jermaine Pratt play, like it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, normally we'd love a linebacker that gets a PBU, but that's a situation where in that game, like in that that time, like they needed the turnover, and I think that's one thing that you can point to from the defense. I know Max had the forced fumble there towards the end of the game that they ended up going 4 and out on or whatever because Gino still couldn't connect on anything. But like that was the one thing I think you can knock the defense for, and that's part of what I'm talking about. Where it's like it felt like I was watching a game from last season of like defense played fine. Again, you take away the field goal that was a game that they literally got a 3 and out on that drive. They give up 17 points. Like I'm not going to knock them, but yeah, just for me, it's they're not making. They have a lot of guys that do their jobs well. They don't have like a huge difference maker right now outside of Max Crosby. Like I think Kuntz had one good rush or whatnot. Tyree had a batted pass and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I know you guys talked about the pass rush. I honestly thought it was brutal. And it's been tough. It was tough in moments last week. Last week was a little bit better. Like I just felt like for right now, like you can just take away Max Crosby. You chip block him, you double team him. And they're not getting any interior pressure for the most part. Sure. I mean, Booker had a few pressures last week and whatnot. Some of those were unblocked. But Adam Butler, other than recovering the fumble, like what has Adam Butler done in these last 2 games?
I don't know. I mean, I thought Herbert made some plays like from the pot. Like there were a couple times I thought Herbert was kind of dead in the pot. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they had a great pass rush. To me, it was like the game plan they had on defense felt pretty good. Yeah, you had a coverage bust on the Quentin Johnson touchdown. Yeah. Again, they should have folded a million times. I feel like they are well coached on defense. Like it feels like they are, like in terms of because they should have just buckled, like, and they didn't. They're not that good on defense, like they're not. Again, you read the defensive roster to somebody, and there's people that probably haven't heard of 8 players on that defense, and so I thought they were okay. We know, like, what I mean is we knew going in the season, that's going to be a problem. And it kind of hasn't been so far against what I thought was a good. I think they played better defense than the Chiefs did against the Chargers.
They played pretty well against the Chargers on defense, enough where if Gino wasn't awful, they could maybe steal this. They could have stole the game because if we take it back to the drive where there is 29, right, and they get to field goal range. I don't know if this is after the fumble. Maybe I'm thinking, and they're in field goal range. And it's at 3rd and 15, and like pre-snap, he's like, I'm throwing to Jacoby Myers, and like Trey Tucker. I went back and watched it. Trey Tucker and Brock Bowers are about to be open. There's good blocking, and he just forces it to Myers. And even if you're like, I'm going to throw it to Myers and it's not there and you check it down, that's fine because they get a field goal. It's 20-12. The defense is playing okay. Maybe they get a stop. Then you get the ball back, and then it's like we can go tie it with 2. Like it was just it really came down to him playing bad. To be honest,
are you talking about the play that Derwin James broke up and they got the pick off of?
Yeah.
On that, even if he doesn't just make that throw, if he throws it and it throws it incomplete, they kick a field goal and it's a one possession game.
Exactly. This is like, but Tucker and Bowers are open, but he was like, I see cover 2. There's Derwin James. He can't get there in time. Like, bro, come on.
That's not a linebacker. That's a linebacker position, but that is not a linebacker.
Yeah, and it's just people are just like, we should have done this in the offseason. It's like I'm not even mad about it. It's just this reared its ugly head tonight. Bad Gino is a thing, and we got it tonight, and it was just no damage control in bad Gino, which Seahawks fans I'm sure are just, wow, man, told you guys. Did he play this bad last year in any game? Like it's an honest question.
I think I don't know if it was bad.
He always has
games like this.
Yeah, so maybe silver lining is got the stinker out early. You know what I mean? Like silver lining on that is like, okay, burn the tape, Gino. I mean, watch the tape, but like burn it after you watch it once.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's the case because I thought he played really well last week. The problem is I think the defense that he was playing last week didn't think he was good at all, and this defense treated him like he was good.
Yeah, because what happened was like last week they had 9 plays over 20 yards last week or some shit.
Yeah.
So they had a bunch of big plays last week. So what are the Chargers like? Okay, we feel like that we could probably stop the run just playing too high, and we're gonna make Gino not be able to throw deep. And then what you saw, and I see a lot of people getting on the offensive line, and I understand like they did give us some sacks, and when you're watching TV, you see they give us some sacks, you automatically go there. But to me, like even last week, there was times where Gino was running into pressure or like avoiding pressure, just like the touchdown to the throw he had to Thornton at the end of the game last week. If he just stayed in the pocket and he throws it on time, it's touchdown. There's nobody around him. And you saw that a little bit this week, and even the last sack where he's like running away from it. And like basically we just saw all bad Gino this week. It's basically that's what it is. And Gino does have that problem where he'll lock onto something pre-snap. And he won't change, and then like the picture will change, and it's like the linebacker will drop back, and they'll pick it. Like he still has those issues, and you got to scheme around it. But what I think they got to do, they got to get him into the short passing game because he's an accurate passer. Like let's get the short passing game going. This deep stuff was cool last week. It worked against the Patriots. Obviously, teams are like, okay, that's cool. And I think teams will respect him enough, Glenn, actually differently where like it's like where the Patriots are like we're gonna stop Genty, but the Chargers gave him that respect, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what you're saying. Like he kind of just gave like the whole like you got to take us underneath, my dude. So like you have to design it where he's accurate and he's getting rid of the football. He's a great release. You got to just switch it up a little bit. And hopefully they do that. I think Chip. They adjusted a little bit in the second half to that short stuff, but yeah, man, it was bad. But yeah, I'm sure the offensive line didn't look great, but in my opinion, like
I'll tell you what, we gave JPJ we gave JPJ some shit last week. Found out why he's starting over Alex Kaplan pretty quickly in this game.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
I see people getting on Genty. I don't know. I thought he was fine.
I thought Genty played pretty well today.
I thought he played well. He made guys miss. I mean, yeah, like again, Gino was doing this. He was like, he'd see him late in the flat. To me, Gino, if you're just gonna hit Genty in the flat, just go to him early. Let him build up some steam. You know, I feel like so they get him running downhill a couple times, and then they go immediately like, let's get him out of there. We know he can't handle huge workloads. Like what? I just don't get this. There were times at the beginning of the game. I thought there was time where you just spread them out and then feed Genty. But I feel like they wanted to just do all this fireworks stuff at the beginning. Fireworks. Well, look how good we are. We're coming, AFC West. Well, the way to do that is the drive that they had in the third quarter, which took a year. You know, like the drive in the third quarter, like that's how you come out, in my opinion, is you come out and blow them off the ball, like and then just paper cut them to death. That's what the Chargers did to them all night on defense when they had success. Was just paper cutting to death. And you know, I hate that Brady had to watch that from like all 22 view. That must have been torture. Clockwork Orange, your eyes being held open. You know, like watching Gino do what he did tonight. I don't understand the Genty hate down there. That's just the thing. I just it's fine if Charger fans do it. Their running back wasn't good tonight either. I mean, he fumbled. Like that was bad. But you know, it just, to me, it's the Gino show. It's sometimes it's as simple as that. You know, he was horrible, and that's the most important position on the field, and he was irredeemably horrible tonight.
Yeah, you know, if you know, if people are asking like, did Genty like look good, or is it like just certain things? I think Genty looked good enough where if he has 11 carries for 43 yards, right? We don't know where that next carry goes to, right? We don't know if that turns into like another 20-yard run if you keep giving him the ball, because like 11 carries for 43 yards is a pretty good start, in my opinion. Where you're getting some chunk yards, of course, some negative runs there. Like he had a -5-yard run in there. He still averaged over 4 yards per carry in this game. Yeah. So that kind of shows you how well he was playing. Yeah, it was like we can keep it real. We can talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, but I mean, really, it was just Gino Smith was really bad. And I can get into like schematics, and I'll check it out on film. But the Raiders, in my opinion, is next week. Like, let's get this short passing game going. He's accurate, man. Like. Get the ball out of his damn hand, and because the problem is if you have him trying to throw deep, he might lock onto something where he's just holding it too long, and he's trying to wait for that guy to get open, and it's like, bro, like I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Are they hyping him? Like, are they telling Gino like you're the fucking man? Go win it. Like you are the guy. Like I'm sure they are telling him that because he's the leader of the team, of course. But are they telling him like? Because it just seems like. They're just it's like a baseball player that goes up and swings through the fences and can't shorten up with 2 strikes. You know, like just it's just like home run or strikeout. That's what we're doing tonight. Well, tonight they didn't hit anything. There was just nothing. They didn't get in the end zone once in the home open. You know, back-to-back home openers. They come out and just lay an egg. And to be honest, this is the team played so much better than they did against Carolina last year. Like the team played. So I'm not saying it was perfect. I'm sure there's going to be players that show up on film that got kind of hidden and maybe didn't have good games. But come on, man. It's funny. I'm not even like looking for. Everyone's talking about the draft. I still think they can compete this year.
Me too.
I still think they can beat. I think they beat Washington next week. They can beat them next week. Jaden Daniels or not, they can. It's just wow, man.
That's why this season can be frustrating. Basically, what this game told me. My bad, man. I'm talking too much.
No.
Basically, what this game told me is that they're going to be frustrating, and that's why they look like an 8-9 team. That was an 8-9 football team.
True. You think 8-9 is going to be like the consistent 8-9? It's not. It's this.
That's it.
That just speaks to it. Like they're a frisky team. They're not a contender. You know what I mean? And I feel like tonight proved it. Like that's what you're talking about. Like there's gonna be some games that they're gonna win some games that they shouldn't, and they're gonna lose some games that they shouldn't. And it's just gonna be like what team's gonna show up every week. I feel like. Yeah,
I don't think Washington's gonna stomp us. I mean, first off, Jaden Daniels might not even play. It might be Marcus Mariota, and I don't think Washington's looked that good this year. Like they really haven't. Like neither game did they look good. You know, it was just, I mean, defensively, I think they're okay, but still not really, to be honest. Like I'm telling you, these guys, like the defense, I thought the defense has had 2 solid games. I would even say the Patriots game, it was solid to good. This game, better. They played a better version of the Patriots tonight. I'll say that much. I mean, down from the quarterback down to everything, they played a better version of it. And that was what was frustrating the whole night was just, wow, man, like if you could just put together 2 good drives. I mean, let's put it this way. The first Myers one where everyone wanted the PI.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Marcus, DMing him. Gino was late on that. Like Gino, or I don't, maybe the throw. I thought he just didn't have the right touch on the ball tonight. I mean, it just felt like the throws that needed to have touch on them were bullets. The throws that needed to be bullets came up short. And then Bowers, right? Like Dan Orlovsky and Louis Riddick right off the bat were like, "Oh, Bowers wasn't open." They're like, "Nope, Bowers was open." Like he was open, and if you just hit him low, people were saying Bowers hurt tonight made our offense bad. Look, he didn't look great, but he should have had a touchdown.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like all the things that are wrong with like Gino, like really showed out. Like he always is a little bit late. I mean, when they signed him and I did the film breakdown, I pointed that out. Like he's late. Like he's not really the
anticipation thrower,
right? Against zone defenses, like you're gonna need, because that's what I'm saying. Like there might be times on film where a guy might be open, but it closes, and that's why we're seeing some of those sacks, because he's waiting for that guy to clear instead of anticipating where he's going to be and throwing it early enough. Same thing would happen to the Myers throw. Like that zone is open, but if you're late, then Gilman's going to see it and he's going to, he's going to break on it, right? Transition to it. So that's the thing. All those things really showed up today, and they basically were like, let's make Gino Smith be an anticipation passer, and he's not that. But I think the Raiders got to do what like John Gruden used to do with Derek Carr, which is, okay, you can't anticipate the middle of the field all the time, but you're accurate. Let's just, let's hit some slants. You know what I'm saying? So let's get the ball moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep the ball moving.
I know.
That's really what you got to do at this point with this offense. And I think they watch the Patriots game and they're like, oh yeah, we could just bombs away. And it's like, nah, bro. We need to just keep the offense moving, right? So I don't know. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
But I saw this coming. Like when I watched the film last week, I was like, he's missing way too many guys for us to go beat a good team like this. Like you can't do this against the Chargers. I mean, the Patriots, sure, you can miss Tucker on the rollout, throw backwards to Michael Mayer, and his first down, you win.
Yeah.
But this week, if you do that, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I've already said way too much today, but I don't know. It's tough when you want to react to something, right? And you're just like, well, Gino sucked, and that's what happened. It was just, I don't know, man. Like, again, there's nobody's gonna play perfect in a game. The O-line's never gonna be perfect. They're gonna blow stuff. Like I'd love to see let's lean on the number 6 overall pick sometime. Like he looks good. There's carries where he looks really good. I think. Even in the past game, he had a game ball where he caught the ball, made 2 guys miss and gained like 6 yards. Like, is that a highlight play that you can show your friends and say, see, this is no, but it's a good play. And then they take him out, and I'm sorry, we all said it. It's the Zamir White thing. I mean, that's literally the only other guy I'm mad at. But I can't even be mad at him because he's Zamir White. This is what he does. You're mad at the guy who said. I mean, how many snaps did Zamir White get? Would you say tonight? It felt like at least 20. Which I don't. Marcus, at the beginning of the year, what'd you say? These guys aren't going to see the field. I was like, damn, maybe you're right. And I thought maybe an injury would put him on the field. No, he's a big part of this offense. Apparently, I can't stand it, man.
Yeah, that was too much. You already talked about the officiating was terrible. The roughing the passer, all those things were there, but. Yeah. I don't know. It just felt like, this is gonna happen. You're like when you pointed out earlier, Gino got the stinker out.
Hopefully,
there's probably gonna be 2 more like this, right? When you get a quarterback that's like fringe top 15, top 20, 18, these areas, right? You get 3 stinkers a year. You get 3 stinkers, and you got to hope your defense can make up for it. They tried today, didn't work. So we got a stinker out. We got 2 more coming. And I just
have to point out, I love that the comment was about the officiating, and he's turned into Gino Smith. Gino Smith sucked.
Well, do they still score?
Yeah, the officiating was bad, but Gino Smith.
The last one on Bowers pissed me off, but I'm like, do we even score? Like the thing is, like, was the officiating saving us from another turnover? Like they're like, no, actually, that's I just had 0. Like when he had the ball in his hand. By the end of the third quarter, I'm like, he's not gonna. This is just a game where he just isn't gonna do anything.
Yeah. I mean, at this, I don't know. That's really how I just look at this game. Is like, okay, we got the stinker out. All right, we got one.
I hope, and it's in the division. We've lost our last 7 division games.
Good thing it's week 2. Like the NFL really hasn't started yet. Like the Raiders got a win, so they're 1-1. They're not 0-2. So right, if they can go and maybe get Washington next week or something like that, because on defense they just look well coached. So I know they're not going to just like get blown out. We learned that today. I think this offense just has to get it together where they're getting the ball out of Gino's hands quicker, right? Because if the line can't hold up for these deep balls, like people are talking about the line, but if it can't hold up, guess what you got to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta give her that ball, right? So they got to switch that up, get offense, short passing game going, like because that's where all the chunk plays came from. But I don't know. Yeah. You guys' thoughts before we get out of here?
Matt, what'd you think of Max Crosby in coverage?
Max Crosby in coverage. I mean, I tweeted it out earlier this week. I don't mind it if it's like 2 or 3 times a game because I think it can set up like some simulated pressures, especially if you're struggling to winning like one-on-one. It can like mess with the offensive line. So I don't know how often he dropped, but I actually don't have a problem with using Max like that. I just don't want to see it more than like 2 or 3 times because again, you do want that guy rushing the passer as much as possible. But if you can use him as a decoy to get a free rusher or something like that, get a free run at the quarterback and basically get a free sack, hey, that's one of those things you got to live with and it'll pay off down the line. But
yeah, one thing I wanted to point out, I thought the return game was especially terrible today.
Yeah,
is it more Zamir White hate?
Zamir White and Trey Tucker fair catching a ball on the 10-yard line with not anybody in the area code near him too. I don't hate him as a return. Trey Tucker had a nice return later in the day. To me, I was like, wow, man, we could have really used an extra 10, 15 yards on that play. That, in my opinion, was there. But yeah, it's funny that teams are literally going like kick it to three every single time. You can tell they're kicking it to 3.
I don't know.
They don't want Dylan Lowby. They're like, no, 23 scary. To 3 is I don't know what I don't. To me, just put Tucker back there. I know people like running backs back there, but just put Tucker.
But like, here's the thing: you need running backs with vision.
That's
which we've established.
I know, man. Like
with Zamir White.
Like what? Why is he out there so much? Like literally, like no. This is my last right here. Literally, Genty would get a run for 9. I was like, okay, we're going. Here we go. And the next play, it is Zamir White out there just with his like, what the hell is going on? And then they're doing play action off it, like they're fooling somebody. Like, bro, you want to fool somebody? You want to give him a breather? Play action with him. Give him a breather, and then they actually might bite. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. But
yeah. And then I guess
it's just the overreaction. But like, yeah.
Well, I don't think we. I don't
fans, guys. And, we're Raiders fan mode a little bit, and they suck. You'll get the more cool, calm, and collective.
I don't know. You might get more mad.
We might be.
Yeah, like you might watch this all 22. I mean, there's no way you're gonna watch the Gino film and be like, never mind, he was cooking. Like you're not. There's no way. And to me, to anybody who's the Genty stuff, all of this thing. Let me put it this way: Genty comes out and runs over a Alohi Gilman. Feed it to him again. He's getting hot. Otherwise, they turned it right back into this offense. I think they think they're like, we can't give it to Genty because everyone thinks we're going to give it to Genty. And yeah, there might blow up a few plays, but like, hey, he's also good, and I hate that it's even a debate in the comments. I don't think it is. I think he's fine. I have 0 reservations about Ashton Genty. I even the pick or any of that. To me, it's like, I just haven't been impressed with Chip Kelly, to be honest. Like, I just really haven't. And it's, I know you say that there's these layups on the field, but I thought like, again, just the first half, it's like we're just going to turn Gino into this 40, 45 attempts a game guy after using the 6th overall pick on a running back. Like, it just doesn't feel like a very good trust in personnel. I don't know. And after a good week of pass blocking by Genty too. So what's the big issue? I don't know.
See, this could turn our show because I can rant about Zamir White being out there all day.
No, he's bad.
Like he literally would get like a 9-yard run and then he would take him out.
That's what I mean. Like I guarantee you, he would have had a few games where it's like, whoa, he ran over that safety. Let him get another crack at that safety. Like let him actually like make these corners scared of him and stuff. But no, it's like you're only gonna get like these guys, these running backs, they get hot. These bell cow running backs. That's what he was in college. There's a reason he didn't hit the transfer portal, man. It's because he wanted to be a bell cow and handed the ball 1,000,000 times. And I don't know the way Gino was working tonight. I could have used the game even in the third quarter if they were gonna run clock with him. Like he was off the field half the time. I felt like it killed me. It absolutely killed me.
Yeah, because it's just like if you're gonna do play action, like I think you should just have him out there. I mean, I think there's a little.
That's true too, right? I mean, that I know you say like, oh, you don't need to set it up with the run. No, but it's like I want a running back that I at least go like, oh shit, he's getting the ball, man. Like let's make a play. Let's commit vision to him. Let's commit like I don't know.
I don't know if it ever could be pick a time, but
It also doesn't help when Genty has a long run, you bring in Zamir White, and then you run play action. It's like, gee,
sick.
I wonder why you switch those guys out.
I swear that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's all I got, guys. Well, I appreciate it. We got 1,200 in here tonight.
Man,
nice.
Man. I don't think they're bad. I don't think
commiserating.
I don't think it's mock draft time. It's just. Look, I mean, if he has any more of these, then we just know, like, trade the farm for a quarterback next year because I think this team could be good. Like, and I think they're pretty good.
It's just 8-9 teams. It's basically okay. You guys are 8-9. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I predicted. I don't know why I'm like,
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be too shocked. They're not too shocked, but like, you feel like and that's exactly what 8-9 teams do. Is like, oh man, like why did we win that game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Anyways. All right. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're out of here. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. It's 10:30. Happy none of us are on the East Coast because that would have been a struggle. I don't know how I would be able to do this. So, but yeah, hit the subscribe button. Get a jacket. Like I said, get Bo Jackson. It make you feel better that, a running back got the ball a lot more than it wasn't Zamir White. Get the Bo Jackson Tecmo Super Bowl. Check out the link. Let me put the that's the word I'm looking for. The QR code up here real quick. Make it if I can find
Do us a favor, get a shirt. Salvage some.
You know what? I can't find it right now. I really don't care.
Oh, come on now.
It's all right, man. I guess I can keep it right now.
No, you're good.
Oh, see, I did the wrong one.
That's Jacoby Myers.
Versus the Chargers. Oh, here you go. Boom. There's the link right there. There you go. So hit that link. You guys are good to go. But we're out of here, guys. Peace.